Hello and welcome, Sheriff again here. Today I want to show you a dogfight, a pretty long one. I dogfighted with that 109 about 15 minutes long and it was pretty intense, and I would say this dogfight was a pretty good mix of ineptitude and skill, so I hope I entertain you a little bit. This was one of my first flyouts, so I'm relatively unused to that plane. What I know that a 109 is more maneuverable than the La-5, so it isn't really easy to get rid of that 109 when you are first in the energy disadvantage and second less maneuverable. I won't commentating continuously, but I will commentate when some key moments are happening or when I had some thoughts while fighting that 109. So let's get going. So first, luckily I saw that 109 in time, and he was not so close that he was in my turn circle, so I could put my nose on him. He tried a head-on, but I really had no interest to commit with that. The chances to get alive out of that are not so high, so I dipped my nose down, and after that I went up and tried to get my nose again on the 109. At that moment I really thought why he is not turning harder. He's clearly more maneuverable, as I said, in the energy advantage. He really could just turn in and could get some easy shots into me. But instead of that, he kept his altitude and was circling around, and I think he was watching me. And at that moment I was really surprised that he was shooting from such a distance. As you can see, he spends a lot of ammo really early, and after his attack he is turning into me and is so half-assed trying to get behind me, but with that he really killed some energy, and I can turn in with a relatively energy efficient turn and almost can get my nose onto him here. But he is still in the energy advantage and has a much better climbing performance. So in this situation I just try to stay directly beneath him. If I stay here he has a hard time to get me, and if he tries he would be below me after that, and I would have then the chance to attack him, so I try. Basically I want that he is attacking now, but he's not doing that. He is staying high, and after a while I'm a bit afraid that he can now drop on me, so I extend away to get some distance from him, so I have enough time in a case of an attack that I can counter that properly. And indeed, after a while he is again trying a head-on. I don't want to have a head-on, so I fly by him basically in a certain angle, so he is again teased to turn into me, and he is doing a very similar move like last time. He's turning into me, but is then extending away and is trying to climb away, and ends up in that very comical situation that we are pretty much almost wing on wing, and that I'm struggling to keep my altitude because my plane is already stalling. I extend my flaps so I can stay on his tail. I really don't want to drop my nose now, as he would have an easy time to follow me. But I'm not so sure if he even sees me here. So I just want to stay on his low 6, and I want to repeat a very similar tactic like before. But as you can see, again, he is gaining altitude and distance from me. And after I see that again, I do something similar like before. Instead of staying below him, I extend away, and I want to provoke again a head-on attack. it's critical that I get my nose on him, and after he wants to attack, that I get my nose, yeah, basically 20 degrees left or right of him, so I won't be, so he has no clear shot on me basically. And as you can see, it almost works again. This time I was a bit hesitant and I didn't pick him up early enough. I lost him for a brief moment, and that brief moment was enough that he can climb away. And this really is one of my ineptitude moments. In this moment I'm a bit panicking that he is more aggressively turning into me, and I'm losing altitude, energy, and I'm basically very brainless turning after him. It's really no reason to do that, what I'm doing, I guess. I really found no one. And here again I lose him for a brief moment, which is really, really dangerous in air combat. But again, he's not so aggressively turning into me, and he's not using his advantage here. And he's again shooting from such a high distance and using a lot of ammo, which will be critical in the end of the dogfight. I can spoil that for you. And again, he almost gets in front of my guns after that attack. Yeah, but my nose is again too heavy to get him here. Engine is overheating by that time. I think I have all radiators opened, but of course if you are pushing the engine all the time, it's inevitable that it gets hot. So now the first time I'm clearly in front of his guns, but with some scissor-ish movements I can avoid a clear shot. So I'm climbing after him. He is climbing faster, so I have no real chance here to get him. I read in the chat that somebody should brake left or brake right, I don't remember right now. That made me really nervous, because in those moments where you chase an enemy, this is really the most dangerous moment where other enemies can attack, so I check my six in that moment more often than usual. He's doing again a very similar attack, and this moment is very critical. And I get hit. As you can see, this time he really turned aggressively into me, not half-assed like I called it earlier, like before. But this time really an aggressive turn, and this caught me really by surprise. I expected that he wants to extend away again, and that he wants to get some altitude again. But he, as I said, he turned way more aggressive and got a clear hit on me. If I would have a tip for him here, just turn in sometimes more aggressive to get a shot, and don't shoot from so far away. I think I would be dead by now if he would conserved his ammo a little bit better, and would have two cases. He could have used his energy better, so he would attack in more clear and straight passes, or he could turn harder and get me into a turn fight, which I can't win with that plane here. And again, shooting from far away, only minor hits, and again the vertical overshoot basically. But my plane is by now very slow, and I lost a lot of energy in those very rapid maneuvers. And this is basically the reason why I now dip my nose down. I want to stay fast and, more important, to get him very fast, so I can force those overshoots a bit more. I try to turn into him. He's again shooting very early. I get the turn very tight. I invert here to throw his aim off and to force an overshoot, but he is putting his nose up in the sky again and he's avoiding the overshoot, but still he's attacking then very aggressively, and just by the amount of bullets which are coming that moment in to my way, in my general direction, it's only a guess, but I think he's running low on 20 millimeters here. He was, like I said multiple times now, he's shooting so much and from such a distance. He must be running low now. He has only 200 bullets of 20 millimeters, and yeah, that's not a lot if you shoot that much. Now I see that he is following me. He has more energy at the moment and he's descending. So I descend as well, and I try to keep the distance up as long as possible. And as you can see, he's still descending and adapting basically his speed to mine, and he's losing altitude. And as I'm now forcing the almost overshoot again, he's roughly on the same speed and on the same altitude. So I could close the energy gap here a little bit, and now I realize my engine is back in a good state and not so hot anymore, and I can activate the boosters of the La-5, and this closes the performance gap between the 109 and my La-5 again a little bit, and so I can climb with him for quite some time. And this is really the first time I could put my sights on him here. But still he has more energy, and the climb rate of the 109 is still better, but as I said, the performance gap is not as much as before. And I increase the mixture right now. I want really every bit of performance I can get here. Again, a few hits. I extend my flaps a little bit to climb with him. I really want to stay with him. I have the slight feeling if I'm now not able to shoot him down here, he will follow me and will kill me. This is really my only opportunity to win this dogfight. And I really don't care about the state of my engine here. I want full power, and even if my engine is exploding, I don't care. There's no other choice here. I extend my flaps even more. I want to stay with him. I want to climb with him. And finally, I get some proper hits. His engine is smoking. I hit him really good here. And now I have only one task: to stay on his tail. And I really don't want to get in front of him again. So I have only one task: stay behind him. And I think at this point it's the first time I think about the health of my engine again. So I deactivate the boosters again. I retract the flaps. But as far as I can remember, my throttle is still pretty high. So now comes another inaptitude moment. I overshoot, but his shooting from before comes here to my aid. He has not many bullets to hit me here, so I fly directly in front of his guns, but he is not able to shoot properly, or sees me late. But even if he would have seen me here, he has not many bullets left. Next luck moment. Whoa, trees! I think I put that screenshot of that moment in the thumbnail. That was really close. I was basically flying through a little gap between the trees, and he was flying there as well, but he hit a tree, so he was going down. The kill was credited to me. I officially shot him down here, but that was a ton of luck. But that was a hell of a fight. So hats off to you, Mr. Russian. That was a nice fight. I hope you liked it. And by the way, I could not make it back. He hit my fuel tank in the dogfight, and I really ran out of fuel. So my engine was fine, but my fuel ran out. Yeah, one of the first online sorties I had with the La-5. It was a ton of fun. I learned a lot about the plane, especially in regards of dragging the enemy down to the deck to get more performance out of the La-5. The La-5 is really not good at altitude, so it's really important to get the enemy down to altitudes where you can fight him a little bit better. But as I said, I hope you liked that little free commentary. I had no script or something like this, only some thoughts I had while dogfighting. Yeah, so I hope you liked it. I see you in the next one. I will upload some La-5 sorties or in live commentary later on. The next couple of days I'm on vacation, so I try to prepare some uploads of live gameplays, but I'm not sure if I have enough time to cut them basically. But I hope I get some out. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.